The Tomaquag Museum is more than a museum. It is the heart of Indigenous culture in Rhode Island. Founded in 1958 by Princess Redwing and Eva Butler, it was built so that Native people could tell their own stories in their own voices. As the state's only Indigenous-led museum, Tomaquag is a living circle of history, art, and tradition. It is where knowledge is preserved, where voices are lifted, and where culture continues to grow. And today, it is here at Tomaquag that the story of the canoe, the Mishoon, comes alive once again. One of the most powerful traditions carried forward on these Narragansett homelands is the Mishoon. Carved from a single tree using fire and hand tools, the Mishoon has served the indigenous peoples of southern New England for generations, across rivers, through the ocean, for fishing, trade, and connection. The Mishoon remains a vessel of life and culture.
Here at the Tomaquag Museum is we're making a boat, what we call a Mishoon in Narragansett. And it's all done by fire. Like the log on fire, let it burn down, then you scrape out the inside. So it's a Mishoon. This Mishoon right here weighs about 500 pounds. This is to be a 10-foot white pine boat. It's going to hold about 1 or 2 people, no more than 2 tops. And it's all done like you see. There's no chopping, no carving, no chiseling. It's a very small boat, 5 on small that we would have had back then. And because we had boats big enough to carry 40 men. And the 40-man boats would be about 60 foot long, 6 foot wide. But people will say, where do you get those trees, right? You had trees all around you back then. 100 years, 1,000 years back, there was white pines over 150 foot high in height. Chestnuts were over 120 foot high, 50 foot wide. So we use it a lot during the spring and summer. And us as a people, we go a lot of time inland during the winter to get away from the wind from the ocean. And what was done then is we put large rocks inside the boat and you sink them in the water. When you sink them in the water, no oxygen can get to the wood, so the wood will not rot. For which we found boats that date back thousands of years in the mud that are still intact and still in good condition. So, great way to preserve them. In springtime, you take the rocks out and you drag it back on shore again. We also use what you see here. These are quahog shells, they're scraping tools. Quahog shells can use this as wampum, which is our spiritual bead, like you see around my neck, making this shell. It can also be used as a tool. Because you scrape this, so what you use for scraping. You want to get all the charcoal out. Another thing that's very important is always go by a body of water for safety. Because the sides get really thin. And you don't want the sides to burn up. The bottom's heavier for balance. But also the weight of the boat. Like this is going to weigh about 500 pounds. So these boats are made to be tossed on your back and brought around. Once they see water, they never see land again.
As the Mishoon takes its final shape, tradition calls for ceremony. On the last day of burning, the Narragansett people and others spirit, giving it life. For countless generations, canoes have been honored in this way. Recognized as more than vessels, they are relatives, carrying indigenous nations across waters and through time. That same spirit continues today. Each blessing stands as a reminder that tradition lives on, culture endures, and people remain.
Still our place where we belong and where we dwell, and that our ancestors and our knowledges are steeped in this place. This place, not Narragansett, Narragansett land, but also this place that we now call the United States, that is Indigenous land. Whether we're in Mashpee or Aquinnah or Mashantucket or Dene territory, it's all Indigenous land. And so to be grounded and rooted in this place and to understand that there's thousands and thousands of years of stories and history and community and family that takes place in this place. And so we welcome you to this place, but also to understand and give gratitude for that legacy of that history.
With the canoe complete and blessed, the journey begins as the Mishoon glides onto the waters of Providence. The vessel carries more than one paddler. It carries generations, long before the city rose. These rivers served as the highways of the Narragansett, connecting villages, families, and trade. Even now, the same waters continue to flow. The skyline may have changed, but the current remains the same, moving through time as it always has. Each paddle stroke serves as a reminder to Providence and to all who call it home that native presence is not history alone. It lives within the land, the water, and the heart of this place. The fire softens, but the energy rises. Drums, stories, and laughter fill the air, echoing across generations. These moments are not performances, but lifelines. Each story, each song, carrying knowledge, humor, and truth forward. Culture moves through voice, through memory, and through community. What begins in ceremony grows into celebration, a living reminder that tradition thrives and the story continues.
Stretching out her back, for she is very old and very, very tired. We're going to begin with a Narragansett honor song. As the people of this place, the words of this song mean we are Narragansett, we are strong and proud.